Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you all are doing well. My name is Ifa Farhat and I am a second year medical student at Lahore Medical and Dental College. I am one of your moderators alongside Zainul, who is also a second year medical student at Lahore Medical and Dental College. Welcome to our webinar on ECFMG certification and scheduling, the inaugural session of Ravish free USMLE webinar series. These webinars aim to provide comprehensive guidance on the United States medical licensing examination. Before we dive in, I would like to invite Saad Javed, Senior Vice President of Ravish, to say a few words about our organization. Over to you, Saad.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I want to briefly introduce Ravish. It's an initiative led by final year MBBS students from Lahore Medical and Dental College. We're a student run organization active in 18 medical colleges across Pakistan. Ravish has hosted various medical camps, ration drives, and social initiatives to support underserved communities in Punjab, with plans to expand to other provinces soon, inshallah. Ta'ala. In addition to this, we're also working on human development initiatives, including student education and other socio-cultural activities. Alhamdulillah. This is pretty much it from me. Thank you. And I wish you all the best for your step one exams and USMLE journey. Thank you. Over to you, Zen.
Thank you, Saad, for introducing Ravish. I would now like to give special recognition to Laiba Zahoor, who is local cabinet president at Amna Nayat Medical College. Her hard work and diligence has made this event today possible. Over to you, Laiba.
Thank you, Janur. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. It's wonderful to see so many dedicated students here. Okay, at Ravish, we aim to support students through different resources like these webinars. So I hope today's session will help you with ECFMG scheduling and certification. Best of luck, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Over to you.
Thank you, Laiba. Now we are honored to have an incredible panel of speakers with us today who will provide valuable insights to help you with the certification and scheduling process. Over to you, Zain.
First, we have Dr. Umair Chima a student from Chanka Medical College. He will guide us through ECFMG registration process. Over to you, Dr. Umair.
Thank you, Team Ravish, for having me here. So we walk through this process of ECFMG registration. So first, let me share my screen. So welcome everyone. I am Umair Bashir, final year medical student from Chanka Medical College. So today we'll walk through the process of ECFMG registration. I'll be focusing on creating an account, completing completing Form 186, notarization, and submitting the application with Form 183. The final part, scheduling the exam, will be handled by my colleague Dr. Farina. So these are the general outlines for the USMLE step 1. The first one is creating an USMLE ECFMG ID, and the second one is to get the ECFMG certification, which costs around 160 US dollars, and third one is submitting and notarizing Form 186, and the fourth one is scheduling notary camp session, and the fifth one is submitting online application for step 1, which costs 100 US dollars and plus 195 US dollars international test delivery surcharges. So the first step is to create your USMLE or ECFMG ID. This ID is essential and unique as it will allow you to proceed with the rest of your registration steps. We'll discuss how to do this in detail shortly. And once you have your ID, the next step is to obtain ECFMG certification, which involves paying a fee. I already told you it's 160 US dollars. And the next you will need to submit and notarize form 186, which is verification form required for the ECFMG certification, and this form ensures the accuracy of your credentials. And after filling the form 186, you will have to schedule an online session with Notary Cam, which allows for remote notarization. Once all the steps are complete, you can submit your application for step 1. The base amount is already discussed, 1000 US dollars and 195 test delivery surcharges. So before proceeding further, make sure to confirm that your medical school is registered with ECFMG by the link I have attached at the bottom of slide. And also you should also have an expired passport, or either you cannot eligible for your exam USMLE. So let's go into detail about the first step. The first step is creating your ECFMG account. Here is how to do it. First, you have to go to official ECFMG website. At it, I will attach link here, www.ecfmg.org. Then you have to click on online services, and uh, for physicians, from the drop down menu, I will show you how to do it. Once you are in interactive web application or IWA section, you will need to sign up for the new account. During this process, you will request an ECFMG ID number and password. This ID is required for the rest of your process. So let's go through the process I mentioned. So once you open your ECFMG website, I have highlighted in the red circle where to find the online services. Once you find it, and click it, and you will be directed to this page. Once you scroll down, you will find for physicians section, and after clicking on it, it will show you step by step detail. Here you can see now step by step detail for the registration account before anything else. Also, there is a link to the portal of ECFMG. Once you click on the link, you can see on the under the physicians section. Here is the below one. You can see the link with an it will lead to the interactive web application page. So by clicking the link, we are now here at the IWA portal. As you will be directed to ECFMG portal. As you are new to this, you have to click on the highlighted part. You can see on the bottom I have highlighted in the with the black pen. So it says if you have never been issued a USMLE ECFMG identification number and want to request one, click here. So you have to click here. So after clicking here, you will be directed to next page. So in the next page, you have to scroll to the bottom of page, and you will see the two boxes, and you have to check them boxes and press the next button and move on to the next page. So we are here at the next page. So this page will ask you to enter your biographical and other school related details. So you have to enter your last name and the first or middle name, your date of birth, your birth country, your gender, and then you have to select your medical school country, and then you should select your medical school. And after entering this detail, be extremely careful while entering this information, especially your last name and your first name. Make sure it matches your passport because you cannot change certain detail after registration, and once done, mistake could cause some delays. So be careful at this stage about entering your information. It should matches your passport. So once done, you will receive your ECFMG ID via the email address you entered. within 2 to 3 days, and you are now ready to, and we are now ready to move to the next stage. So once your account is active, we have to apply for the ECFMG certification. So in ECFMG certification is nothing but it's just verify the details you entered first. It the details matches the ECFMG record, and the detail include your name, your date of birth, your gender, email address, medical education status, either you are a undergraduate or graduate. So once again, you have to go to the IWA portal, and you will be using the IWA platform throughout this process. It's where you will complete your forms, you pay fees, and track your status. Now, as you are given ID by the ECFMG, you have to log in here, and before logging in, you have to change your password. USMLE will ask you to change your password. Okay. So after entering, as I told you, they will just verify in the information you already entered during the account creation that it matches the ECFMG record. After verifying, so after logging in, this page will open up. You have to submit application for ECFMG certification. And after entering your details, you will finally come to this page, which will ask you to continue to payment. So this is the point where your first ECFMG payment of 160 US dollars will be made, and this payment is exclusive of government taxes and your bank charges. So our next part is submitting form 186. So what is form 186? So uh, in, basically it is just a form that it they will just verify it, the details you entered. So after the paying fees, this page will enter in front of you, which says proceed to certification of identity form. So you have to click it on the form, and it will be downloaded in the form of PDF. So once you open it, the form, this is a sample of the form. So what you have to do is to read the details. So it says you first these are details you should know before proceeding further. It says to use the notary cam to complete form 186. You need a PDF file of a form 186. This is a form 186, and the second thing is a scanned colored image of your required pages of your passport, and the third thing is computer with a webcam. And the includes and the requirements of passport, the actual side of passport pages clear with all edges and corners in the color, and the passport should be in JPEG form, and the file size must be 2 MBs or not less, should not be greater than the 2 megabytes. So once you scroll down, this is the back side of the form 186. You don't have to fill anything here. A licensed notary will fill it during the notary cam online session. We'll talk about that session uh, later on. Okay, so back to the first page. Here I have highlighted that you can see a link in the rectangle. So you have to click that link. So it says www.notarycam.com. notarycam.com, and by clicking the link, you will be directed to this page. So it is a notarycam website. So you can see on the left, it says click on the here to complete your certification 186 identification form. So you have to click on the left side of the form. So once you click it, the next page will pop up in front of you. Here you can make your account on NotaryCam site. So they will ask you the detail to make your account here. So after creating an account, NotaryCam will ask you to upload some details. So you have to upload your form 186 here, and also you have to upload your front side of your passport or your ID, and the ID card back side if not passport available. So I told you the passport size should be 2 megabytes, or should be less than it, not more than it. So once you submit this form, once you done this, it will get submitted, and once you submit that, after you will get an email from the notary camp stating that they will verify your document, and shortly after the verification you will receive another email informing that you can proceed with your notarization session and with the online notary, and the email will also include the link to the online chat room. And notary cam will also send you an email with a link that allows you to book notary cam appointment. So what is notary cam? Notary cam is so once after a session submitted electron after point to be focused on during online session. So once you have scheduled your meeting with a notary cam, you have to make sure to ensure a professional environment for the video session and dress professionally, and make sure to keep your passport with you, and make sure you will be taken to online chat room with your document already uploaded on your scheduled date or time. So what will happen during the notary camp session? And during the notary camp session, a licensed notary will be confirming the following details. It will confirm your personal details, ask you to show your passport on your laptop screen for verification, place a digital signature on the already uploaded form 186, and finally you have to take a oath to confirm the details submitted are accurate to knowledge once document has been notarized. So after the session submitted, you want after session notary. So this is slide shows that the notary will upload your picture here and make you sign here at the bottom. You don't have to do anything else. So after the notarization, it will be submitted electronically. You won't have to worry about mailing anything. Once approved, you are one step closer to completing your registration. So again, you will need to go to IWA portal. If you want to check the status of your Form 186, whether it's under process or it's been verified, so you have to log in here and click on the highlighted part which says overview. So once you click it, and you will be directed to next page which shows the status of your Form 186. For suppose it says your processing status has been accepted. So after submitting your application, Form 186 is verified, The next step is to finalize your application in the IWA portal. Here is what you need to do. So basically, it's an application for the either step one or you are giving step one or step two. So the application totally consists of 23 items. So I won't be going through all the items. I will just tell you about the important stuff. And it cost 100 US dollars and 195 international testing fee. So total of 1195 US dollars. So you have to select your eligibility period, which consists of 3 months and which can be extended only once. So you have to log in here, and after logging in, you have to click on here, begin a new application for USMLE step 1 or step 2 CK. Once you click here, they will ask you some questions which consist of 23 items. So for example, this is item 1, which says if you are medical, which asks about the status of your, either you have been granted a physician license by US or not. So you have to just click no. So after completing some items, this page will come in front of you, which will ask you to choose your eligibility period. The eligibility periods are 3 months long. For suppose here you can see it starts from the first one starts from the 1st of July to the 13th of the September. So it consists of the 3 months. So in this step, you have to do is to choose your eligibility period wisely, because once you chose your period, you can extend your period only once. So here is the next slide showing some details if you want to extend your eligibility period. For suppose here the dates mentioned. Here you can see this is your original eligibility period, and if you extended it, and it also cost some charges, and also there's a deadline for changing your eligibility period. So here you can see item 18, uh, uh, which asks you to enter your school details, and you will just enter the school details, which asks you your date of admission, when will you complete your schools and how many years, and your graduation date, and your title of medical degree, which is MBBS. This is also part of the same item, uh, which you don't have to fill. You have to leave them blank. It says it. I was required to complete an internship uh, prior to receiving my medical diploma. So you have to leave them blank, because internship, also known as house job in Pakistan, is not mandatory for receiving your medical diploma. So leave it blank and move on. So after submission and paying fees, ECFMG will begin processing your information, and it can take up to 14 to 20 days. And during this process, you can again go to the IWA portal and track the status of your application, and ECFMG will also keep you updating via your email address. So once you are done submitting all the details, form 186, which is will pop in front of you near the screen. So let's move on to the form 183. Form 183, sorry, which is required if your medical school is not part of ECFMG electronic verification system. So how do you know whether your school is registered or not? So if your school is not registered, this form will automatically be generated in front and after the submission of your application, so you have to do is to download that form, and you need to print that form, and this form needs to be filled out by your medical school officials to confirm your status as a current student or graduate. So here what need to you here's you will need to do. First of all, you have to print the form after completing your online application, take it to the dean or authorized official of your medical school. Then your medical school will send it and complete it to directly to the ECFMG. You cannot personally send it to ECFMG. Your school will send it. So this is a crucial step because ECFMG won't process your application. Make sure to follow up with your school and ensure that the form is sent accurately. Delays in submission can hold up your entire application process. So this is important. So once you are done, once approved, ECFMG will email you your scheduling permit within 14 to 15 days. And thank you. Thank you for attending. So I'll just end here. The next part will be handled by my colleague, Dr. Fariha.
Thank you so much, Dr. Umair, for sharing the process of ECFMG certification with us. Your insights are extremely useful for the students who are currently registering for Step 1 examination. Thank you so much. Over to you,
Thank you.
Zainab.
Next, we have Dr. Farina for Dr. Farina Sadia, a student at King Edward Medical College. She will guide us through the scheduling process. Over to you, Farina.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Farina. First, I would briefly like to introduce myself. I am Farina Sadia, currently in my fourth year at King Edward Medical University, Lahore. I recently passed my step one in the late July. I started my preparation in early third year and took the exam a month before it, not exactly. So today I'm here for scheduling the exam part of this webinar. I would like to thank you all the presidents and all the members of Ravish Society and Dr. Umair, which already is very well presented the which have he had well presented the previous part of this presentation. Now I would like to share this part. I would like to tell this USM scheduling the exam part of this webinar. So next slide, please. I would like to next slide, please. Ask Zenoor to move on to the next slide.
Um, I did actually आपको slide show नहीं हो रही?
जी हो गई है, अब शो हो गई है.
हाँ
So
मैं second
for जी
हाँ
for
जी.
scheduling your exam, basically you need to be very sure about your preparation. You need to be very confident on your scores. Like if you really want to take the exam, after because rescheduling needs extra charges and you have to pay for extra charges for rescheduling your exam. So I would suggest it is very wise to schedule the exam when you feel confident. So basically ECFMG processes the exam applications typically within 3 weeks of the receipt of online part. So after you have applied for a trial, you need 3 weeks to wait before your scheduling permit appears on your email, and then you can schedule your exam. So on to the next slide, please. So I would like to tell you all about the exam centers where the exam is like being taken. There are 3 exam centers. One is the Prometric Testing Center in Karachi. You should choose the one which is closest to you. One exam center is in Karachi, the other one is in Islamabad, and I took my exam in Lahore, which is Prometric Testing Center Lahore near the FC College Gulbarga. So you should choose this test center which is close to your location. On to the next slide. So I have pasted a screenshot here in the slide of your scheduling permit which you will receive on your email. You will not receive this scheduling permit by hand or like on you from your medical school. You will receive your scheduling permit on your email. So this is how the scheduling permit appears. And after obtaining the scheduling permit, you may visit the Prometric website to schedule your test date. Or like scheduling may not be available more than 6 weeks in advance. So you should try to schedule your exam like within the 6 months. Step 1, 2, and 3 are administered in the Step 1, 2, and 3 are administered in the Prometric centers like in the Lahore, Islamabad, and Karachi. And I would like you all to tell you that step 3 is not administered in the Pakistan. You can take step 3 only in the United States. On to the next slide. So this is the thing I would like to tell you about the disabilities of the students taking the USMLE. If any one of you have any kind of disability, you can ask the USMLE for extra accommodations under the Act by Americans with Disabilities Act ADA. Like if you're using insulin or you are a diabetic patient or if you have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or something like that, you can ask USMLE for extra test accommodations, like there will be some extra time for you to perform, there will be extended breaks and the stuff like that. So the test accommodations I have mentioned, like assistance with keyboard tasks and audio rendition, and there will be extended time, and the documents required for accommodation must include a complete and signed request for the test accommodation form, and a very well written personal statement, and a report of professional evaluation and appropriate records from a qualified evaluator. And anything you can check this on the bulletin of USMLE information also from the website. So here is the part I actually mentioned from how you can really schedule your exam. So basically, this screenshot I pasted in my slide is from Prometric website. You can check the availability of dates on a Prometric Pro Scheduler first. Like if you want to pro schedule your exam and want to check the dates, you have to visit the Pro Scheduler website. I have pasted the link below, and this is how it will appear. You can locate the exam for checking the availability. And once you have pre-scheduled your exam, then you will click on schedule the exam. Next slide, please. Okay, so once you have clicked on the schedule option to book your date or appointment with Prometric, this is how it will appear. You will have to select a test. It will ask you either it is step 1, step 2, or retake of invalidated step 1 exam. So you have to select just step 1 United States Medical Licensing exam. So I want you to tell about the dates availability. Dates are usually available with a 4 to 5 day gap, or depending upon the months in which you are taking your exam. Basically, the last months like November, October, November, December are usually saturated because most people take their exams in the last months uh, before their profs. So so there is difficulty in booking a date in the last 3 months of the year, but you will eventually find a date. I hope so. Next slide. Okay, so here I have mentioned the location, whether in which city do you want to take the exam, like Lahore, Karachi, or Islamabad. You have to mention the start date and the end date. Like you have to select a range in which you want to take the exam. Like for example, I've mentioned here that if you want to schedule a date between October 16 and October 30, you have to search within that range. So once you have clicked on search, this is how the dates will appear, and depending on your schedule of study and you like your confidence on your preparation, you have to select the date which suits you the most. And once you have selected your exam date, Prometric will send you a confirmation email that you have successfully registered for appointment with Prometric Center, and like your exam date, they will send you a confirmation email after you have put your details there. You can also register for a practice session at the Prometric Test Center for to express the re to like you can also register for a practice session at the Prometric Center to stimulate the real exam. Like there is a free 120 exam which is almost exactly similar to the real exam, and you can practice free 120 at the Prometric Testing Center also. So this is the part I made about rescheduling the exam. If you do not consider yourself like taking the exam, or you want more time for your preparation, so you should consider rescheduling. I have mentioned here about rescheduling fees for appointments at Prometric testing centers. Prometric will charge a fee if the USMLE examine change the testing center. Like if you want to change your date, or you want to change the location of your center, you want to reschedule, or you want to cancel your test, so depending on the dates before you reschedule, there will be a fee. And there is also, like if you reschedule before 46 days, it will be free of cost. So in the next slide, I've mentioned about the fee chart.
नेक्स्ट स्लाइड आपको डिस्प्ले हो रही है?
इसके आगे, इस स्लाइड के आगे,
इसके
जी
भी
ये
आगे?
वाली जी।
ओके।
एक सेकेंड। हाँ, ये मैंने, दिस इज द फी चार्ट, द डेट यू चेंज योर अपॉइंटमेंट एंड द प्रोमेट्रिक टेस्टिंग सेंटर रीजन. If you reschedule your exam 46 or more days before in all the testing regions, there is no fee. Likewise, if you Prometric will charge $35. And if you reschedule 6 to 30 days before, like 1 week before, if you reschedule, you have to pay $100. And if you in the last section I've mentioned, if you have if you reschedule 5 or fewer days before, but not including the first day of the scheduled test date outside the US and Canada, like in Pakistan, you want to reschedule in the very last day, you have to pay a heavy amount like $388. So it's better to change your appointment a week before at least, so you can only pay $35 or $100. uh, so you have to wisely and select your test date and your test center location, so that you don't have to pay these extra charges. So this is the slide I made about the test date checklist, like what things you have to take, what rules you have to follow before going to take the exam in your test center. You have to review the rules of conduct, like which things are allowed at the Prometric testing center and which things are not allowed. You have to report to the test center at least 30 minutes to your scheduled testing appointment, and you before a week at least, you should print your scheduling permit to avoid any like disturbance in the last day, so that you don't have any disturbance in last day, you don't face an issue. So bring an acceptable form of unexpired government issued passport, and comply with the security checks you have to comply, like when entering the test and throughout the day. And if you really your health you are ill, you should reschedule your exam if you are ill. So, and you should also report any suspicious behavior you encounter on your test day. So that's all from this slide. I would tell a little about scheduling how to basically feel confident to schedule your exam. The thing that matters most in your preparation is consistency and hard work and your scores. So basically, when you are scoring well on your NBME practice exams and you feel confident enough, you should schedule your exam, and you should select all this very wisely to avoid extra charges for rescheduling. As you know, I've mentioned that rescheduling costs extra charges. So to avoid them, you should schedule your exam very wisely to avoid rescheduling charges. That's all from my side, and best of luck to all of you. Stay consistent in your preparation, and may Allah Ta'ala be with all of you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Farina, for sharing your knowledge and experience with us. This was really helpful for everybody. Over to you, Zain.
Next, now we are going to open the floor to the Q&A session. Please feel free to drop any questions you have in the chat box. We will address them one by one. First, we will address the questions जो आप लोगों ने chat box में अब तक type कर दी हैं. तो Ifa, would you like to take the first question? आप please पढ़ के सुनाएं हमारे speakers को.
Yes, sure. Basically, the first question is from Muskan and Hamna. They have the same question, that how early before the step 1 examination should they register for their account? I think Dr. Roman would address this question.
So 6 months ideally before you should apply, क्योंकि अप्रूवल में टाइम लगता है थोड़ा, तो ये चीज़ें इम्पेक्ट कर सकती है अगर आप जल्दी एग्जाम देना चाहें तो 6 months बिफोर आइडियल टाइम पीरियड है.
Next question है कि if I have already applied for ECFMG and then migrated medical colleges, what will be the recommended procedure then? ये भी डॉक्टर उमर आपके लिए है.
हाँ, तो when you are filling the application form, ECFMG आपको ये क्वेश्चन मतलब एक आइटम अपीयर होगा जो ये क्वेश्चन मतलब पूछा है ना इसने, वो आइटम अपीयर होगा and you have to just click there and they will guide you there.
Okay.
The next question, Hamna, and she's asking that in the passport, our whole name is in the capital letters. So while doing the registration for our new account on IWA, should we enter our name in the whole capital letters or not? Dr. Roman, you have the question after.
Yes, totally whole capital letters.
Next question भी डॉक्टर उमर आपके लिए है कि is there any expiration date for ECFMG registration?
Can you repeat?
Is there any expiration date for ECFMG registration?
I can't understand the question clearly.
What is the expiration date for ECFMG registration?
There is no any expiry.
Okay, thank you so much.
Dr. Roman, another question is that which bank account do we need to pay in US dollars?
Any bank account, but it should have the international transaction available.
इसी से रिलेटेड है हमारा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन शहरियार अली की तरफ से कि आई हैव माय ब्रदर इन यूएस कैन आई पे फ्रॉम हिज अकाउंट व्हाइल आई एम इन पाकिस्तान.
Yes, he can pay.
Eamon has the next question for Dr. Umair, that how do we know that my medical college is registered for 183 form?
Okay, so Once you have completed your application, the form 186 will automatically be generated in front of you if your school is not electronically connected with ECFMG.
Next question. Next question is for Pakistan. We will choose Asia in location. I remember there was a separate category for India only. So for Pakistan, what will we choose?
Yes, she is correct. And for the whole, the India is separate, and for the other countries in the Asia, you have to just select the Asia.
The next question, and he's asking, you can check for the registration of your school with WFME on their website and on ECFMG website as well.
Can you repeat?
He's asking that can you check for the registration of your school with WFME on their website and on ECFMG website as well?
Yes, you have to check both.
Uh, I think, Dr. Umair, thank you so much for replying to each individual question. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your knowledge and everything. I think आगे से questions are for Dr. Farina. So, पहला question है how to register for prometric testing.
So basically, Prometric के लिए you can register through Prometric website for a practice session at the Prometric testing center where you want to take your step 1 or step 2 CK exam. You have to pay a fee to the Prometric testing center, and then you will select a date where when you want to take the exam. So that's the I hope so.
Thank you.
This is the answer.
Thank you so much.
Okay, the next question is, do you have to schedule it 6 months before?
No, I don't think so. You can, well, I'm not sure. Like I scheduled my exam like a month before. And it is, I would suggest to at least you have 6 months. At least you should, matlab, you should schedule your exam 2 months before, like almost 2 months before or 1 month before. There is no use of scheduling 6 months before, like you're not prepared yet and you want to schedule your exam. I won't suggest that. You should schedule your exam at least a month before or 2 months before. That's enough of the time.
Thank you so much.
The next question है कि kindly tell about total expenses on step 1. I think ये आपने बताए हैं ना slide के अंदर share किए हैं.
Yes, I
If you
have mentioned the expenses. There are $160 on registration. Next, for booking a trial, there are $1195, and for rescheduling fees, there is a separate chart I mentioned in my slides.
The next question is also related to the charges, and Aisha is asking, is there any additional fees or charges for USMLE application process other than the ones that have already been mentioned?
No, there is no additional fees other than we have mentioned. There, everything is already mentioned.
next question is from Muhammad Amir Khan. Can we attempt step 1 exam during house job?
Yes, you have a graduate status. You can apply to take step 1 during your house job too.
The next question is from Malaika and Mama. They have the same questions, that what is the ideal time to give step 1, step 2, and step 3?
The ideal time, I would say, in your undergraduate status, like in your, you should start your preparation in early third year. And like I would ask everyone to start preparing for steps early. If you are hoping to continue on the USMLE journey, it is wise to take steps earlier because obviously it's a long journey. So it's like, and I would lastly say it is never too late to start your preparation. No matter at which stage you are right now, you can start your preparation today.
Okay. Next question है, can you please summarize all relevant websites for ECFMG certification in MLE scheduling? For example, ICW, Prometric, etc.
Okay, we will try to make a link of all these.
अगर आप बना दें तो that would be a lot. Like बहुत अच्छा लगेगा, सबकी बहुत मदद हो जाएगी, मेरे भी काम आएगा. Like
Okay, I
that.
will, sure. I will. Inshallah, I will.
What will be the cost of USMLE if we have visa sponsorship?
Like visa के लिए, I guess there is a 50,000 fee. So it will exclude 50,000 rupees Pakistani.
Okay.
The next question is from Taha and is asking, could a summary of the timeline be given of when to apply for ECFMG? Then how many weeks later do we get the scheduling email, etc.? Like if we apply for ECFMG during third year and want to appear for step one during the fourth year, will the ECFMG still be valid?
The answer to this question is yes, because I myself registered for notary cam and all the stuff in my third year in September, and I took my exam in July in my fourth year. So I registered myself for USMLE in my third year in September 16th.
मोहम्मद शहजाद की तरफ से क्वेश्चन है, if someone has graduated after that he opts to take a date and give USMLE, then still you have to certify your college registration. Like आपको college registration को certify करवाना होता है तब भी, like if you have graduated.
Uh, I don't know answer to this question because postgraduate status. Uh, I'm sorry about this question.
Okay. Um,
I think this is it.
हाँ जी, I guess. Thank you so
Thank
much, Dr. Farina, for your insights. You really shared a lot of good knowledge, और आपने सबके लिए बहुत से confusions clear की and everything. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you so much to all of you too.
Next, अब हम before we conclude our session, I would like to I would like to thank both of my speakers again because this actually meant a lot. They took their time out. They came. Thank you so much to Laiba Api. उन्होंने सब कुछ organize कराया, साद भाई and everyone here. I also appreciate the presence of the attendees जो आए और उन्होंने आकर सुना और हमारे इवेंट को सक्सेसफुल बनाने में उन्होंने भी अपना पार्ट प्ले किया, क्वेश्चंस पूछे, इंटरैक्टिव सेशन रहा हमारा. Before we end this, I would like to invite you all to the next webinar of Ravish USMLE webinar series जो हमारा कल है. I think it's at 7 p.m. इसका ना हम दोबारा से लिंक वगैरह भी शेयर करेंगे ज़रूर. It's about step 1 journey, step 1 की preparation, resources, study methods वगैरह. So of course जिन्होंने आज का webinar join किया है तो they wanna go there, right? वो step 1 ही तैयार करना चाहते हैं तो they should really register for that one too. Or thank you all for joining us today. Or have a great day ahead, guys. Allah Hafiz.